Today we're going to be making same-day focaccia bread. Preheat your oven to its lowest setting so the dough has a warm place to rise. To a large bowl, add roughly 420 milliliters of warm water and 1 packet of active dry yeast. To the bowl, add 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of either sugar, honey, or maple syrup. Allow the mixture to rest for roughly 10 minutes and turn off the oven at this point. To the bowl, add 500 grams or 4 cups of flour. Stir to combine, making sure that all of the flour is incorporated into the mixture. If needed, add more flour or water until you get the correct consistency. At this stage, the dough is expected to be sticky. Cover and let rise for 15 minutes. After resting, you're going to begin your first set of stretch and folds. For this, make sure that your hands are really wet. You're going to lift one corner of the dough up with both of your hands and flip it over to the center of the dough. Turn the bowl and repeat the steps until you've done this 4 to 6 times. You may need to re-wet your hands during this process so that the dough doesn't stick. Cover and let rest for another 15 minutes. Next, you're going to do a second set of stretch and folds. At this point, you should see that your dough is staying together a little bit better and is a little bit more elastic as you stretch and fold the dough over onto itself. Cover the dough again and let rise in a warm place for an hour and a half. At this point, the dough should roughly have doubled in size. Drizzle some olive oil into a 9x13 baking dish and dump the dough in. In the pan, perform one last set of stretch and folds, allowing the dough to come into a rectangular shape. Flip the dough so the smooth side faces up. Gently stretch the dough towards the edges of the pan. Cover and let rise again for an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, preheat your oven to 440 degrees. Drizzle the top of your dough with olive oil and use your fingers to gently dimple the dough. At this point, you're going to want to add all of your toppings onto the dough. Here, I'm using fresh rosemary, kosher salt, basil, crushed garlic cloves, and red pepper flakes. Once preheated, bake your dough for 18 to 23 minutes until golden brown.